My name is Paige, 23 years old. I work at a manufacturer that my father runs. My father's company had a pretty good business reputation, but recently, a lot of competitive companies started to appear, and it seems that business has been going down. Well, I don't think that the reason the business has been going down was only because of the rival companies. And that's because my father was an extremely oppressive person. Ever since I was a little girl, I was always troubled by the oppressiveness of my father. My whole path in life was completely dictated by my parents. After school, I had to take piano lessons, and ballet lessons, and go to English prep school, learn chess, and go swimming, and go to programming class. When I started elementary school, on top of prep school, I also had a home tutor. I didn't have any time whatsoever to play with my friends. TV shows and animes and games were all forbidden as well. So even if I did have time to play with them, I didn't have anything in common to talk about with those friends. But then, they would say to me if I had complaints to get out of the house. And because I was a child, I wasn't able to go against them. I could only do as they said. At the time, my dad would sometimes take me to another factory for work. And whenever I would do that, the boy of that family would let me borrow his game, and that became the one thing I would always look forward to. It would only be less than 30 minutes until his meeting was over, but then, "Hey Kenny, what is that?"
It's a game called Paimon. Do you want to play with me?
Yeah! That being said, because it was my father, even to the subcontractor factories where he was asking for work from them, he must have repeatedly acted in the same oppressive way towards them, because I could already see my father's faults. Ever since I was a little kid, I was never allowed to act against them, and even when I became an adult, I didn't know how to. After I graduated from a short-term university, I was ordered by my father to join the company. And I was just having to go with the flow every day. That is until one day.
Wait a minute. Paige?
What? That happened on my day off when I was walking around in town. Suddenly, a super good-looking guy came over and started talking to me. Wait, is he hitting on me? Somebody this attractive? But how did he know my name? I was shocked and must have had a confused look on my face when the guy laughed and said to me,
It's me, Kenny. You used to play with me a lot back then. Remember me?
Wait, Kenny? To my disbelief, that guy was a little boy who used to let me borrow his games a lot when I was a kid. It was Kenny. Wow. Long time no see. How many years has it been? I was really happy and started talking to Kenny. However, what I was most shocked at was how good-looking he was. I always thought he was a boy with a really nice face, but I didn't think that he would grow up and become this good-looking.
Paige, what are you doing these days? Are you a student? Or are you already working?
I work at my father's company. What about you?
Me? I'm just a regular company employee.
Oh, really? But even still, this is nostalgic. Thanks for letting me borrow your games when we were little.
Because you were always coming over to our factory with your dad. Back then, while my dad and your dad were having a business meeting, we were always just left behind the factory in the material storage room.
I could picture Kenny's family factory in my head, and I thought back to those days.
Whenever your dad would come to our factory, on those nights, my dad and my mom would always be talking about work and letting out heavy sighs. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't need to say that.
Knowing my dad, he was probably demanding unreasonable things of Kenny's father's factory, a subcontractor. I'm sorry.
No, that was my bad. Sorry. Please, forget that. Well then, maybe we'll see each other again.
As he said that, Kenny swiftly walked away from me. I'll probably never get to see him again in my life. I did feel a little bit of sadness as I watched him walk away from me. However, shortly after that, the most outrageous situation was going to occur that would make all of those thoughts fly out the window. When I was working in the office, my dad came over to talk to me.
Actually, recently, the company's sales have been pretty bad, so I need to find some kind of way to save the business.
My mom, who was in charge of accounting, was nodding next to him. Yes, that's right. I had also noticed that the company's sales were going down, but why was he talking to me about it? Wait, we're finally going bankrupt? My dad's company's going bankrupt? But this wasn't a time to have hopes like that. because right after that, my dad said the most outrageous thing to me.
So anyway, Paige, you need to get married to this person.
What? When my father said that, he handed me a photograph.
I've already made a promise to this family about the marriage, so basically, this is a political marriage, and you're going to get married as soon as possible.
Excuse me? Just because my father's company wasn't doing well, why does that mean I have to get married?
Your partner's family is one of our subcontractors we've worked with for many years, but the patent that factory recently received has been attracting a lot of attention. You also know about the fire at dawn and the manners of professional business. You've seen them before, right? Apparently, they're also going to get taken up by a TV series soon.
So then, why do I have to get married to that person from the subcontractor?
Isn't it obvious? If you get married to the son there, then we would be able to use all of the techniques that factory has and monopolize it.
I started to get dizzy. So he was giving up his daughter in order to have specialty techniques? Oh, wait a minute. Have I traveled back 500 years in time? Or am I in a nightmare? Am I being treated like a hostage that's being sent off to marriage for a treaty? I was so shocked at how backwards it was, and I was about to pass out from dizziness. But without paying any mind to that, my mom and dad started to have a discussion.
The sooner the better, before they change their minds. We don't need to host a wedding, so first, we can just submit the marriage certificate.
Oh my, that's not okay. We need to have a flashy wedding, and we need to appeal to everybody about our wedding to them.
Oh, that's true. Which means, anyway, it doesn't matter where it is. We need to find a venue that we can host a wedding at as soon as possible.
At this rate, it doesn't matter what the venue is, but it would be better to have it in a venue, or we can have the flashiest wedding. Hey, wait a minute. I panicked and tried to stop my parents. I'm the one that's getting married, right? Why are you deciding everything without me? Because it's a parent's right to choose their daughter's marriage partner.
Do you think you can bring a man in here who's going to be more useful than the son of a little factory? If it's not a guy who's going to be useful to our factory, I'm never going to accept it.
That's so oppressive. It's not like my parents' selfishness had just started. But when it comes to marriage, I felt like this was different. And not only that, when I looked at the photograph of this guy, he had messy hair with big glasses, and somebody I wanted to be spared of. And his clothes, or a checkered shirt and poorly fitting pants, and on his back he was carrying a huge backpack carrying goodness knows what. Ugh. What on earth am I supposed to do? I started dragging my feet around town. I wanted to say, don't choose my marriage partner for me. And I wanted to say, don't create my path to life for me. But as long as I was born to them, I grew up never being able to go against my parents. And I had spent my entire life like this, so I didn't even know how I could face my parents at this point.
Oh, hey, Paige.
When I was walking around without any strength, the person who spoke to me was none other than Kenny.
I guess when we run into each other, it's multiple times. What's the matter? Why the long face?
When I looked at Kenny's face, and he was asking me so kindly, without thinking, I started crying.
What's wrong?
I opened up to Kenny, and I told him that I was about to be forced into a marriage.
Oh, really? I didn't know that happened. That must be hard.
I let out a huge sigh. I just don't know what to do anymore.
I want to tell you to just run away from home, but that's not possible, is it?
Yeah, I don't think it would be that easy. I mean, I even thought about pretending like I was actually happy about the marriage. Knowing my dad, if he saw that I was happy about it, then maybe he would actually rethink it.
Ever since I was little, he seemed to dislike anything that I liked, or anything that I was interested in, and he would take them away from me. He probably thought that if a child has anything besides their parents, he's not going to be able to use me however he wanted to.
But I shook my head, and I tried to get that thought out of my head. But I can't do it. Even if I was pretending, I can't act like I'm happy about a marriage I don't want.
Maybe if there was a good enough reason, I think you'll be able to stand up against your parents someday. If only I could help you in some way, but...
Not at all, it's fine. I'll figure it out myself somehow. Sorry, I didn't mean to dump this on you. Well, then I'm gonna go. See ya.
Oh, wait a minute.
I rushed to get away from Kenny. That's right, I need to do something about it myself. There's no way I can let them make me get married like this. And so I got home and declared this to my mom and my dad. Even if you choose that without me, I'm definitely not going to get married. I'm going to find my own partner to marry. This was pretty much the first time I had ever stood up to my parents. But then my father became furious, like a monster.
Who do you think you are? Are you trying to go against your parents who raised you? You've forgotten your gratitude for all these years we've raised you. What do you think we even raised you for? It's obviously so that we can use you in times like this. There's no point in raising a girl who's not going to be useful.
How awful. Until this point, my entire life was laid out by my oppressive father and my mother, who wouldn't even try to stop him, and instead went along with him. But even still, I was doing my best, and I still walked down that path.
If you can't listen to what I'm going to say, get out of this house, right now!
That's right. If you're not going to be useful to your father, then you need to get out.
It was a waste to raise you. I don't need a daughter who's not going to be useful.
This is awful. Dad and Mom too. Half a month passed after that. Today was my wedding. My very first stand against my parents unfortunately ended in failure. My parents told me that if I wasn't going to get married, then I needed to return all of the money that they spent on raising me until now, and gave me an invoice. I don't know how many years they'd been preparing for this for, but on the invoice, it was not only food cost and clothes, but it was also the piano lessons and ballet lessons and English prep school and chess class and swimming and programming class and the home tutor, all of those fees. They had even calculated how much my Christmas presents cost. There was no way that I would be able to pay that kind of money.
If you're not going to get married, then you're going to have to pay this, no matter what. Because this guy that you're going to be marrying has also promised that they're going to pay off all of the debt that we are currently holding.
To my disbelief, my father wanted not only the patent that this factory had, he also had the objective to get them to pay off his debt. That makes sense, why he's insisting on making me get married no matter what.
If you're not going to get married, then you better pay off that debt. If you can't pay off the debt, then you're getting married.
Everything he was saying was ridiculous. The debt that he created because of his work, he was trying to make his daughter pay for it. I did think about running away from home forever, but my parents must have recognized that and they kept me under close watch. I wasn't allowed to go anywhere besides the office and home anymore. And then, the day of the wedding, today, I was practically dragged to the wedding venue and got there. And then the staff that were waiting there got me dressed and did my makeup, and that brings us to right now. I guess it was impossible for someone like me to try to go against my parents. So, the only thing I can do is to marry a man I don't know as I've been ordered. I was crying by myself in the dressing room, but then suddenly somebody knocked on the door of the dressing room. Yes? When I answered, the people that opened the door were a man and a woman I didn't know.
Paige, long time no see. What a beautiful bride you are.
The woman smiled kindly and spoke to me, and when I looked confused, the man standing next to her answered.
We are your father's business partners. We are also the parents of the groom, which means that starting from today, we're going to become your in-laws.
I see. Is that so? Nice to meet you. I greeted the two of them without much excitement. So these people are the parents of that guy. So they are going to become my mother-in-law and father-in-law. But I didn't care about any of that. I had completely lost any will to live. But then the woman said something unexpected.
Perhaps you don't remember the two of us, do you? Because we were always talking about work, and so you were always playing with our son.
What?
That reminds me, is he still not ready yet? Even though the bride is already finished getting ready.
He should be finishing up soon. Oh, see?
Just then, there was another knock on the door of the dressing room.
Is that you, Kenneth? You can come on in. Paige is so beautiful. You're going to be shocked.
And then the door opened up. And when I saw the groom standing there, I was so shocked that I thought I might pass out. That's right. Actually, the person that I was going to be getting married to today was Kenneth. It was Kenny. Why did you look like that in the photo? It's a different person.
That was actually a costume I had to put on for the company costume contest.
If they showed me that photo, he said that he thought that I wouldn't want to get married. And because my father was sadistic, and if I seemed happy about the marriage, he would definitely call it off. But if my father were to call off the marriage, it would be a problem, so the reason behind that became clear at the very end of the wedding reception. My father-in-law got up to the mic, and he began a speech to the wedding guest.
Everybody, thank you very much for gathering here today for my son and for Paige. My son and Paige have already turned in their marriage certificates, and the two of them are now husband and wife. Paige has become our daughter. And now with this, the factory that I own will be terminating all business with the company and factory that Paige's father owns. What?
What? My father and mother was shocked at my father-in-law's words, and they let out a pathetic voice.
Up until now, we've had the most outrageous requests dumped on us by Paige's father's company. And through one of our encounters, I discovered an unbelievable act of evil out of their company. To our disbelief, at her father's company, they treated the products that we delivered as defective products and refused to pay us our fees. Yet he was selling those products to his customers like they were completely perfect products. Because these supposedly defective products were never returned to us, we decided to launch an investigation. And that's how we discovered this. And we are refusing to do business with such a company that can do such an unjust scam like this. And we do plan on submitting a report to the police for this scam. Police?!
Oh, why? That's so dramatic.
Dramatic? Do you have any idea how many times you've caused so much trouble to our family because of this? Even if my father's generation abided by it through tears, in my generation, I'm not going to let you get away with it. Not only that, but you told everybody that you're going to monopolize the patent that I came up with, and that if we don't go through that, you're not going to do business with us. And you were taking it at an unlawful margin. When? Where did I ever agree to any of that? Yet! We don't have any intention of doing any business with you whatsoever. And of course, we're not going to give you permission to use our patented technologies. And of course, this is a given. But we will not be paying off the debt that you tried to push onto us. No way! In that case, you're gonna destroy us! And what's the problem with that? To make sure that Paige wouldn't be troubled when your company goes bankrupt. That's why I married her here today.
That's right. If Kevin's company terminated their business with my father's company and reported them to the police, they knew that it would put me in a lot of trouble. And that's why Kevin's father brought up upon this marriage proposal.
I'm so sorry, Paige. There was a need for us to do something as quickly as possible, and so we had to use this wild strategy. I'm truly sorry that this ended up as though we were tricking you.
No, not at all, because, Kenny, you were just trying to protect me.
Well then, you better pay us all of the fees that it cost us to raise Paige! If you're trying to say you're going to steal our precious daughter, and you're gonna pay back our debt! Wasn't it your wish that you wanted her to get married as soon as possible, and that we submit the marriage certificate as soon as possible? And plus, it's a given in this life that it's going to cost money to raise a child. And to try to get me to pay for that is absolutely outrageous!
When Kenneth answered so logically, my father's shoulders completely dropped.
Paige, what do you want to do? Even though it was an emergency situation, we did end up forcing you into this marriage. If you don't want to continue this married life, then it's possible to immediately get a divorce, but...
But when I asked him, Kenneth's face turned bright red.
But if possible, I would like to continue with this marriage, because Paige, you were the first love of my life.
My face was also bright red, and I grabbed Kenneth by the hand. No, I don't want to get a divorce because I also feel the same way. And then we held each other's hand in hand, and ignoring my parents that were sobbing there, we repeated our vows of eternal love to each other. After that, my father's company collapsed. He was unable to pay back the debt, and their sales plummeted. And then, because Kenneth's company sued them for their scam, they had to pay a settlement fee. As a result, the company collapsed instantly, riddled in debt. My father and mother came crying to me, but I denied them. Kenneth and my in-laws were on my side, and they kicked my parents out of their house. From now on, together with Kenneth, I'd like to walk down my own path in life. My name is Paige, 30 years old. Normally, I work as a full-time employee, and I'm married. I'm in my 5th year of marriage to my husband, Michael, and my husband is a full-time house husband. Before we got married, I was earning more income, and Michael is better at doing things around the house anyway. We were a married couple totally in love. Wow, This omelet that you made is really delicious.
I put a lot of love into it just for you, Paige. Oh, that reminds me. Wait a minute. I'm pretty sure that there are leftovers of the special sauce I made the other day in the fridge.
Wow, what kind of special sauce is it?
I promise it's delicious. See? If you put a little bit on these parts that don't have any sauce on it, here. Say ah!
Hey, I can eat it myself. You're making me blush.
It's fine, it's fine. Once we have kids, we might not be able to do this anymore, right? So we need to enjoy each other as much as we can right now.
Although, even if we do have kids, I think you still might do things like this. Well then, without hesitation. Wow, you're right. It's delicious. That's right. The two of us really wanted to have kids. We painted a picture of the days that we would spend with our child that would eventually be born. And we really loved imagining this beautiful future together. However, even though a year passed, we didn't have any signs of being able to get pregnant. What if there's something wrong? And that's what I thought, so the two of us went to go get tested and discovered that I was infertile. I was really devastated, but
It's okay. The doctor also said that the possibility of us two getting pregnant isn't completely zero, right? So the two of us will go through the treatment together.
even though I was really upset about it, Michael tried to cheer me up and always said positive things to me. However, 1 year later, 2 years later, 3 years later, even though we continued the treatments, I still wasn't able to get pregnant. And because we both wanted children so badly, sometimes the both of us would get irritated. We started fighting from time to time. Hey, did you just hear that the couple that came out of the clinic? They said they got pregnant in 1 year. They were crying from the happiness.
Yeah, you're right.
I wonder when we're ever going to be able to have kids.
Yeah, you're right.
What do you mean I'm right? Michael, are you even listening to me?
Sorry.
No, I understand. You must hate this too. After all these years going through infertility treatment, there's no end in sight. It's starting to feel hopeless.
Come on, don't say that. We promised each other we would do our best.
Because when am I ever going to be able to get pregnant? Come on, tell me, when?
But I don't know the answer to that either.
I didn't think that infertility treatment was something that was this mentally and emotionally difficult. And so, I felt the distance growing between our hearts. And year by year, the distance between us in bed also increased. On top of that, I had one more concern. Hello? Is this Michael's mom?
Oh, hello. I just sent a photo to you and Michael, but did you see it? The daughter from the neighbors across the road. She just gave birth. Isn't it so cute? Oh, I'm so jealous.
Sure.
So you're in your 5th year of marriage. You still don't have any good news for us?
That's right. My mother-in-law would contact Michael and I often, asking us when we were going to give birth and putting pressure on us.
All of the relatives and the neighbors, everybody is talking about their babies. But I'm the only one that doesn't have any grandchildren yet. Oh, poor me.
Actually, as a result of a discussion with Michael, we've decided not to tell my mother-in-law that I'm infertile. Because if she found out about that, she would probably get divorce papers and barge into our house. This mother-in-law is somebody that would easily do something like that. Well, every time she runs wild, like this, my father-in-law would scold her. And so far, Michael and I haven't gotten any damage from it, but I don't know. Maybe it's going to be better for Michael if we get a divorce. Because I'm never going to be able to make his dream of becoming a father come true. I was starting to be troubled by these thoughts when one day, on the weekend, it was starting to feel awkward to be even in the same space as Michael. And I was holed up in the room by myself. But then suddenly the doorbell rang, and it felt like I heard Michael go over to the front door.
Huh? What's this about?
Suddenly, I heard the sound of Michael yelling from the front door. I was shocked, and I opened the door to my bedroom. And when I poked my head out the door, standing at the front door was my mother-in-law and a woman I had never seen before.
There is nothing to explain. I've been waiting 5 years already. I'm going to say one more time, you need to leave Paige and get remarried to this woman, to Ashley. I'm going to send Ashley's phone number to your cell phone, okay? There we go. Send.
Huh? I was not the only person shocked at my mother-in-law's words. The woman standing next to her, named Miss Ashley, was also the same. Wait, I didn't come here with those intentions whatsoever. I just came back from overseas and I wanted to see Michael for the first time in years since we used to play together as kids. So I went to your family house, and your mother said that you were living with your wife now. And she said that if I followed her, that I would be able to see you. That's why. That's the only reason why I followed her.
Ashley, you stay quiet. Listen, Ashley as a child is in preschool right now, but because her husband passed away, she's a single mother. She said that she was able to get pregnant right after getting married. Michael, Ashley was your first crush, wasn't she? Come on, Michael. Now go get Paige. I've already gotten the divorce papers from the city office.
And she said that. My mother-in-law showed the divorce papers to Michael. This woman is seriously crazy. But if I'm going to think about this for Michael's sake, maybe I should get a divorce. If it's this woman named Miss Ashley, she would probably be able to make Michael's wish for children come true. And also, plus, so this is Michael's first crush. She's really a cute woman. But it was at that moment.
That's enough already! The only wife for me is Paige!
Huh? To my shock, Michael grabbed the divorce papers out of his mother's hands and he ripped it to shreds on the spot.
Huh? Hey! Michael, what are you doing?
Michael ignored his mother's words, and he closed the front door on them. For a while after that, it seemed that his mother was banging on the door from outside, but perhaps she got tired and gave up, because not long after that, became quiet.
Goodness! She's an insane mom. I'm gonna tell Dad about this. Wait, Paige.
Michael had turned around and started walking back in, but he noticed me poking my face out from the door, and he stopped. And then, in the next moment, Michael came running over to me, and he grabbed my hands and squeezed them tight.
I'm really sorry that that's your mother-in-law. Paige, you have nothing to worry about, okay?
It's been a while since Michael held my hands like this, but also, when was the last time that we looked each other in the eyes and spoke like this? For him to say so directly that the only wife for him is me, even though I'm infertile and I'm not able to become pregnant with his children. But after all of this, I know I still want to have Michael's children. I had practically given up, but if there is even a little bit of a chance, I'm gonna put more effort in the infertility treatments again. From there, we took our treatment in progress more seriously, and for the first time in a really long time, at night, we got into bed together and were close again. Michael did fortunes and superstitions, anything that he was told that would help to have children, and was putting in a lot of effort. Of course, me too. However, a few days later, during dinner time, when Michael went to go to the restroom, Michael's phone that he had left behind buzzed. I didn't think much, but when I looked at the screen, I was shocked to see that the name Ashley came up. It looks like a text message, and I even saw some of the words on it, and it said, "Are you sure your wife hasn't found out?" Haha. I haven't found out? What does that mean? When Michael came back from the bathroom, I reluctantly said this to Michael. Michael, you had a message from Miss Ashley? Huh? Why is he panicking? Hey, when she's asking if your wife hasn't found out, what is she talking about?
Nothing. No. It's nothing.
The first thought that crossed my mind was that he was cheating on me. But the reason why I wasn't able to ask him anything further was because the fault also laid with me that I wasn't able to get pregnant. I had just decided the other day that I wanted to believe Michael, and it had been 6 months already since we started trying again. Every single day, I was letting out a big sigh in the bathroom whenever I would see the negative on the pregnancy test results. But that's right. I decided that I was going to trust Michael. There's nothing going on between him and Ashley. That's what I kept telling myself, and I carried on with my days. But it was around that time, when I was at my company working, I got a certain message from my mother-in-law. What does she want in a busy time like this? I thought, but when I stood up to go to the restroom, I checked my phone in. What is this? My mother-in-law had sent me a photo, and the moment I saw it, my mind went completely blank. And that's because that photo was of Ashley and Michael laughing and looking really happy as they were walking into an apartment room. On top of that, my mother-in-law said I just so happened to see the two of them walking, so I followed them. But this is Ashley's apartment. Looks like these two have developed that kind of relationship. So Paige, hurry up and divorce Michael. That was the message that came along with it. No way. This is a joke. However, it may have been stupid, but I still had a strong feeling inside of me that I wanted to trust Michael. However, perhaps in good timing or in bad timing, this time I got a message from Michael that said, "You're finally pregnant." So anyway, I guess that one is unnecessary now. That's the message I got. But I'm not pregnant. But also, I'm unnecessary now? It was the worst feeling. This horrible message that he was going to send to Ashley. How dare you accidentally send it to me? After that, I was so devastated that I couldn't even get back to work. But the more I was thinking about it, the more I became irritated. Because that bastard, well, he was trying for a baby with me. That means he's also trying for a baby with Ashley at the same time. After work, I rushed back home. The moment I opened up the front door.
Oh, welcome home, Paige.
You bastard! I'm never going to forgive you, damn it!
Huh? What?
And I swung my fist over at Michael. However, it was at that moment Michael tried to defend his face with his two hands, but I was shocked to see that he was holding flowers in his hand. He had them hid behind his back, so I didn't notice them at all. What are those flowers?
What do you mean? Isn't it obvious? Paige, congratulations! You're pregnant!
For me? What? Why?
What do you mean, why? But also, you tried to punch me out of nowhere. I should be asking you what's going on.
When Michael asked me that, I confronted him about the fact that he was having an affair with Ashley and that he got her pregnant.
Huh? Me? With Ashley? Obviously, there's no way that would happen.
Because I'm not pregnant.
What? Wait a minute, Paige, you hadn't noticed? That's right. Sometimes, based on the situation, it takes a long time for the positive sign to come up. That's what the doctor had said.
The positive line?
This morning, after you left for work, I was gathering up the trash, and the pregnancy test that was in the bathroom trash, it was positive!
What? No way, you're joking, right?
This isn't a joke! Recently, your body temperature has been higher than normal, and your monthly is also delayed. When you were saying that you've been feeling tired and sleepy, right?
Well, what about the photo that your mother sent me? And when you said that one is unnecessary now, what did you mean?
That was because I asked Ashley to teach me how to make it.
To make what?
But also, my mom, I can't believe she was following me. And then she said something to make you have a misunderstanding. This time, I'm really not gonna forgive her. No. But I guess I was the cause of that. I'm sorry, Paige.
Michael deeply apologized to me, and then he pulled something out of his pocket. What he handed to me was, what is this? A doll? Made out of beads.
I only just made it, but it's a Debel doll in South Africa. They're handmade one by one with the wish to be blessed with children. She said it's something like a charm. Ashley's late husband was from South Africa, and she said that when they made this, they got pregnant in 6 months. I was trying to make it a surprise gift for you because I thought you'd like it, but instead, I made you suffer from a misunderstanding.
Oh, so that's what it was. Uh-huh. At that moment, I was relieved and also happy from being pregnant. All of these feelings inside of me became jumbled up, and I crumbled to the floor and sobbed like crazy.
Wait, Paige, if you sit down on the floor, it's not going to be good for the baby.
As he said that, Michael picked me up into his arms. Because...
Paige, I bet you were thinking at one point that because of you, we weren't able to have children, and because you felt bad for me, that it might be better to get a divorce. Didn't you?
What? Yeah, to be honest, yes.
Listen, I only ever wanted a child with you. And if it's not with you, it would be pointless.
Michael? The next day, when Michael and I went to the OBGYN together, the doctor told me that I was in my 6th week of pregnancy. And from there, every single day, Michael takes such amazing care of my body, to the point where he's almost overprotective. For the record, as for my mother-in-law, after following Michael and taking a photo of him, and then sending a message to me that was misleading, It seems that was the final straw that broke the camel's back for my father-in-law. All of the anger that was piled up exploded, and in that momentum, he kicked her out of the house and divorced her. Michael's father told the both of us to block his mother's phone calls and messages. Not long after, I safely gave birth to a beautiful daughter. I received a phone call from a public payphone. I was terrified to answer, and then...
Hello? Paige? Please, you have to talk to my husband and tell him to forgive me, won't you? I started working, but you know how I was a full-time housewife my whole life. They said that I'm useless and they fired me straight away. Right now I'm living by the pond in a cardboard box. Earlier, a passerby dropped a dime in front of me and blessed me. That's why I was able to finally call you. I can't live like this anymore. Please, I'll apologize for everything until now. But if you'll say something, I'm sure that he would forgive me.
And I hung up the phone right there. I'm gonna be careful not to answer any phone calls from a payphone anymore.
Payphone? Who's that from?
What? Yeah, somebody I don't know, I guess. My memory of that person has completely disappeared anyway, and I'm never gonna see them again either.
What is this? Is this some kind of quiz?
Nope, nothing at all. Pauline, look how cute you are.
Seriously, she's so cute. Oh, look, she laughed. Pauline, this is your daddy.
We are living so happily as a family of 3. A lot happened, and the infertility treatment was a lot more difficult than I expected. And there were times that a pathetic part of me came out. But I truly am glad that we didn't give up. Because of all that, my connection to Michael became even deeper, and the reason why I'm so happy right now is definitely because of him. I really am grateful to him. And with our precious, beloved daughter, I know that Michael and I are going to continue helping each other as we build our beautiful family. My name is Paige, 25 years old. I just got married to my husband, Kevin, and we are the happiest newlyweds. And my husband, Kevin, he's actually 15 years older than me at 40 years old. Because he had the strong wish that he wanted to have children as soon as possible, I asked the company where I was working and asked them to change my working hours from full-time to part-time. This is a company that I've been working seriously at ever since I graduated high school. So the CEO very quickly said yes to my request. Even my senior colleague, Miss Kelly, said this to me.
Paige, I'm so happy for you. You're lucky that they're letting you stay as a part-time employee.
Yes, I asked them, knowing that it was probably not possible, and I really didn't know what to do. I kept thinking about where I would work if they said no to me.
But it all happened so fast, because most people become part-time after they get pregnant. So I didn't think you need to rush that much.
I know, right? I didn't think that I needed to rush to become part-time, but my husband refused to hear me out, so...
I see. Your husband, if I remember. He was a lot older than you, isn't he?
Yeah, that's right. We are 15 years apart. Apparently, a lot of his friends already have 2 or 3 kids, and so maybe that's why he's trying to rush things a little bit.
Well, if that's the reason, then I guess there's nothing you can do. Although, I'll be really sad when you leave the company so soon.
But whenever I am here working, I'm gonna work even harder than I have before. Thank you for letting me stay. When I switched to part-time, the people around me still treated me the same, and I really am grateful for my life every day. My working hours became shorter, but I started to think that I need to work even harder than before. And, as you can see, I don't have any problems in particular with the people at work, but actually the thing that was bothering me was that Kevin was starting to act weird after we got married. He always had some parts of him that were a little bit patriarchal, but even still, it's almost shocking how much he's changed. I'm home.
Hey, Paige, you've been coming home pretty late.
Once again today, he doesn't say welcome home, or over the last few days, whenever I say that I'm home, he always replies with a complaint.
Just because you became part-time, you better not be eating some weeds around there just because you have more free time.
What? I'm not doing anything like that. After our work today, I went by the bank, and I went to the city office to run all kinds of errands. I told you in the morning. Eating weeds is ridiculous. I even went to get the groceries. More importantly, you're home really early today.
That's none of your business. More importantly, now that we've gotten married, You need to be more aware of your standing in this house.
Oh, here we go again. Just like this every day, he gets up on a pedestal and he talks down to everything around him. Sure, of course it's frustrating. But if I talk back to him, it becomes even longer and it's a pain. And I just wanted to get it over with quickly, so I just randomly reply, like this.
And plus, today's lunchbox was a 20 out of 100. What the hell was that lunchbox? Over the last 3 days, it's been the same appetizers, and with such a poor meal, I'm not going to be able to have enough power to work through the afternoon. You're part-time, aren't you? You have the time, so you should at least learn how to cook.
Oh, right. I'm sorry. I'll be more careful when I make it tomorrow. As you can see, ever since we got married, Kevin seems to treat me less like a wife and more like a housemaid. How do I say this? Even though we're husband and wife, it seems like he doesn't feel settled unless he makes it clear who is above who. I understand that I'm younger, but I don't really care about being above or below or anything like that. But I also never thought of Kevin as being above me. And then 3 more months pass after that. And one day, Kevin said this to me out of nowhere.
Hey, Paige, you're still not pregnant with a kid?
Oh, it looks like it. I also want to have a baby as soon as
I wonder why it is. Even though I married a young woman, don't you think it's weird that you still can't get pregnant?
But you know, this is something we just can't help.
I don't want to hear your opinion. My friend, he grabbed himself a young wife, and by the next month, they already got pregnant. And now, they've been blessed with 4 children already.
Is that so? Well, that's amazing, yeah. To be honest, I was also fed up with having this conversation. Recently, it was all the time that he would be looking down on me with this topic. And the way he says it like I'm the only one to blame here. Stop making everything completely my fault. So annoying. If I could just say it clearly back to Kevin, then I don't think I would have to build up this much stress. And then I would probably be able to get pregnant. But instead, he's bullying his wife and looking down on her. Hurry up and give birth. Who does he think he is? He's always just saying what he wants to say, even though I have a mountain of things that I also want to say. And by the time I realized it, the words inside of me were overflowing out of my mouth. That's right, because it was bundled up so much, half of the words that were inside my mind started spilling out. This is bad, this is bad, this is really bad. However, I was already too late.
So that's what you were thinking all this time?
What? No, it's not it. I didn't say anything. I think it was the TV.
Obviously it wasn't. Are you kidding me? Sheesh. Even though you're beneath me, who do you think you are? This is why I hate it. This hierarchy based on age.
Hierarchy based on age? That's enough already! I couldn't believe his words, and I couldn't help but to say, what is with you? Saying you beneath me or hierarchy? What a small man you must be.
What? You?
We may have an age gap, but for a husband and wife, things like that shouldn't matter.
Yeah, they do.
Don't.
They super matter.
There's no way that should matter.
Well then, let me ask you. What's the salary you make from your part-time job?
What? My salary? What does that have to do with anything?
Whatever. Just say it. Come on, say it.
Well, now that I'm part-time, my salary right now is probably about $700 or $800 a month.
See? And you know what my salary is, and that's the attitude you can take? Even though you're the one that's being supported? Look at this payslip.
As he said that, Kevin showed me his monthly payslip.
I'm earning $6,000 every single month, and it's shocking that you can speak like that towards me. Who do you think you are? I've had it with this. With this, I'm able to prove to you that you are beneath me. Starting from today, you better speak formally to me. Do you understand? A wife beneath their husband should use formal words. This is an order. Do you understand?
What is that? That nonsensical rule? I was trying to talk back to him, but he didn't listen. And Kevin was furious as he threw his payslip in front of me, and he went out somewhere. And what was that? I'm so over it. My jaw was on the floor and I couldn't close it. Well, it's true that if he has a salary of $6,000 a month, compared to the other household, we may be prosperous. But even still, that's ridiculous that I should have to use formal language towards my husband that I live with. But also, who do you think you are? You useless, patriarchal idiot. I won't forgive you. The next day, I went to work still in a terrible mood when the CEO came over to talk to me.
Miss Page, thank you for everything. Even though you're part-time, you've been working just as much as the full-time employees. And it's a huge help. Thanks.
Hello, sir. I should be the one thanking you for accepting my son request.
It's totally fine. At our company, we're just grateful to be able to have you here. If anything, you can go back to being a full-time employee whenever you want.
Thank you very much.
Hey, Paige. Are you okay? Recently, you seem to be pretty pale. Are you able to sleep? Don't push yourself too much. Otherwise, I'm going to worry about you.
Is it that obvious? Maybe it's stress, but anyway, don't worry about me, I'm fine.
Really? Don't push yourself too much. If anything happens, I'll always come to help you. So don't hesitate and come talk to me.
Yes, thank you so much. I was a newlywed, and there was no way that I would be able to tell the people in my company that my newlywed life wasn't going that well. But even still, to have her worry about me like this, it did make me feel a lot better. And I truly am grateful. I didn't want to cause any trouble to my workplace, so I needed to get on with it to the next bit of work. And that's what I was thinking. On that day after work, I went to do the groceries as usual and headed back home. But I realized that after everything that happened yesterday, that brings us to today. It feels pretty awkward. Of course, even after that, I didn't have any desire to use formal language with my own husband. But even still, I just wanted our relationship to go back to what it was before. And that's what I thought as I was making dinner. And then Kevin came home from work.
I'm home. I wonder what's for dinner tonight.
Oh, Kevin, welcome home. We're early today. We're having beef stew tonight. I even baked some bread. Kevin came home in some kind of great mood, and so I tried really hard to be positive and to report the dinner menu to him in the same voice as usual. But then...
You. How many times do I have to tell you for you to understand? You're beneath me. So I told you to speak formally to me, didn't I?
Wait, hey, like I said yesterday, even though we're a married couple, it's definitely weird to use formal language.
No, it's not weird at all. And this is a problem between you and me. No matter what anybody says, you're going to use formal language with me. And if you say that you can't listen to what I tell you to do, I don't care if we get a divorce. So, what are you gonna do?
Huh? Divorce? Why are you suddenly saying that? I don't understand at all.
I said it before, didn't I? You're beneath me. So use formal language.
Yeah, it's true that you may have said that, but even when I think about it, I don't understand it at all. When I said that, it didn't look like Kevin's anger was going to simmer down at all. But actually, I have been waiting for this timing this whole time. The fact that he would bring it all the way over to divorce. Maybe it's good that he's so brainless. Because if he's gonna say this much, then I'm not gonna keep my mouth shut either. Alright, this is the beginning of my revenge. Hey, listen, if you're gonna say that much, then I'd like to ask you something.
Oh yeah? What is it?
Is the reason why I need to speak to you in a formal language because I have a lower salary than you? And that's why you say I'm beneath you?
Obviously. I'm the breadwinner of this family. So it's a given that you should listen to what I tell you to do.
Oh, I see. I understand. Well then, if I were to have a higher salary, does that mean that you're going to use formal language towards me?
Huh? What are you saying? Obviously, that's never going to be the case. You're part-time, and not only that, but you're a woman. There's no way you'd be able to earn more than me. Oh, but if you were earning that much, sure. I wouldn't mind using formal language towards you. But there's obviously no way that's ever gonna happen.
Is that so?
Huh? What the hell? Why are you laughing?
Well then, I will let you look at this special favor today. Here you go. I showed Kevin my personal bank account. Here, you see what's written, right? Here is my salary for this month. Can you read the amount to me?
Huh? What the hell? What? $10,000? What's going on here?
What do you mean what's going on here? My salary is $10,000 a month.
What are you saying? Huh? Hey, how do you have that much?
Actually, I've always been working at a company that allows a side job, And so day by day, I've been writing a little blog.
What? You have a blog?
Yeah, that's right. And these days, I'm very grateful to have a lot of fans. And like this, at a minimum, I'm able to earn at least $10,000 a month. Of course, besides this income, I'm also receiving my salary from my part-time job. So, how do I say this? If we're gonna go by our family rules, you're the one that has to speak formally to me.
No, wait, there's no way, how, what the,
But you know, even if you start using formal language now, you've been looking down on me so much until today.
Huh?
What do you want to do? I would be totally fine to get a divorce already. By the way, I even got divorce papers of the city office today.
No, well, that's a divorce is so sudden. Wait a minute.
You don't want to get a divorce?
Obviously, I don't want to get a divorce.
Huh. You mean I do not desire a divorce, Madam Page? Did you already forget the rule that you made yourself?
I do not want to get a divorce. I am terribly sorry about that.
Well then, for now, I'm going to leave this incident on the shelf. But if my feelings change, I'm ready to sign these divorce papers at any point. Because I'm still 25 years old, and I still have my whole life ahead of me. And I have plenty of income. If I want to start over, I totally can. When I said that, my husband got down on his knees and apologized to me.
No, I truly believe that I've been acting terribly until now. Yes, ma'am, I've thought about it, and I would like to keep things the way they are.
The way that they are? Do you think you can speak to me like this?
I'm terribly sorry, madam. Oh, wait a minute. That's right. Dinner tonight was beef stew, wasn't it, madam? I will prepare the dishes and the glasses, and I will go and get the bath prepared. If you're tired, you are welcome to take a bath first today.
Oh my. Well, thanks. And as you can see, he changed just like this. When we got married, he was quick to change into an arrogant king. But just because I showed him my bank book with a $10,000 deposit, Kevin changed his attitude just as quickly into this. Ever since he said the person earning more money should be formal, and he set that rule, he's still speaking to me formally now. Well, I think that was good medicine for my patriarchal husband. But I'm glad. I didn't actually want to get a divorce. And if Kevin remained the way that he was before, he probably would have messed up in the future with other human relationships. So, I'm glad that we were able to fix him. After that, he stopped saying anything arrogant towards me. And if anything, if you look at us from the outside, we are a unique couple. But I think that we were able to have a very happy marriage now. These days, he does the chores more than me, and he even rubs my shoulders at home. Good morning, Miss Kelly.
Good morning, Paige. Compared to the last week, you seem to be feeling a lot better. Did something good happen? Wait a minute. Did you already get a divorce? It's fine. You don't need to force yourself to seem like you're over it. Time will always heal everything.
Wait a minute. I didn't get a divorce. I just said what I really wanted to say and solve the problem that I had.
Oh, so that's what happened. Sorry. I totally thought that. Maybe you were going to get a divorce, and apparently the CEO had also opened up a full-time employee slot and was waiting for you.
Oh, I didn't know. Well, I'm sorry I'm not able to meet those expectations.
Oh, speak of the devil. Here comes the CEO.
Miss Kelly, Miss Page, good morning. What's going on? Looks like you two are having a fun conversation. Wait a minute, Miss Page. Are you talking about coming back as a full-time employee?
So it's true. You were also thinking the same way. I was just talking to Miss Kelly about it, but I think that might be a little bit further ahead.
Oh, is that so? That's disappointing. But you're going to keep working as a part-time employee, right?
Yes, of course. I'm going to keep working and doing my best here. I look forward to it. My name is Paige. I'm a 40-year-old full-time housewife. My husband's name is Michael. He is a top-class salaryman at a major company, and he supports our household. Both my husband and I love children, and when we got married, we spoke about wanting to have at least 3 children. But it turns out that we both had some fertility problems, and sadly, we weren't able to have children. But 10 years ago, we decided to welcome our adopted son Thomas into the family. I became a mother to a 6-year-old. Then I really struggled with raising a child for the first time, but I was saved by the people around me and their understanding, and I've somehow been able to make it here. And Thomas has grown into a really sincere boy, and he's already 16 years old. This year, he's going to be entering a really famous feeder school. Thomas, the uniform for Paul Academy looks so good on you. You're so handsome. When I was a student, these kinds of uniforms were really popular, but I heard that blazers are more popular with the girls these days. This is so nostalgic. It makes me remember the past.
Mom, why are you in such a good mood this morning? Are you remembering something? You're drooling.
What? Oh my, sorry about that. Silly me, I was totally lost in some bittersweet memories.
Mom, you really don't change. But to be honest, I didn't think I was going to get accepted into Paul High School. Maybe I got lucky? I wasn't able to get good scores in the practice tests either. But really, I wish I was able to get into the same high school as Dad.
No, that's not true. Because you worked really hard for this, Thomas. I think that Paul Academy is more than amazing. And plus, I've always believed that you would definitely get in.
I don't know. But you were always taking me to and from prep school and making dinner. Thank you for supporting me in so many ways. Even after I start high school, I'm gonna keep studying hard. And I'm gonna keep going to make my dream come true of becoming a lawyer.
Yeah, I know that you can do it, Thomas. And I'm sure that your dream will come true too. I'm so supporting you with everything that I've got, Thomas. That's right. Thomas's dream was to become a lawyer. It had always been that way. But when your child has a dream and you watch them grow towards the dream every day, it makes me think that maybe I'm able to be closer to feeling like a real mother. It's true that Thomas wasn't a child that grew inside of me and I gave birth to, but we were able to have this beautiful mother and son relationship, and it makes me really, really happy. I felt a connection between the two of us beyond my biological one. However, the person that has the complete opposite feelings from me, as my husband, is Michael.
Thomas, just because you got into Paul Academy, if you get too carried away, you're going to become a failure too easily. So you better be careful. Yes. I believe that if it was you, you would be able to get into the same top deviation value feeder school as me. But it's disappointing.
Hey, don't say it like that.
It's fine, Mom. I'm sorry, Dad. I also thought really hard about it. But even if I did get accepted, with my current skill levels, I thought I would really struggle to study there. And I probably wouldn't be able to get good grades. So I thought I considered a lot about my future, and making the decision. And your father hates that way of thinking. If you're a man, you should go to the top school and always try to be the best. Otherwise, there's no point.
Huh? That's not true.
Anyway, you need to get your mind together. At that rate, you're never going to be able to become a lawyer. Yes, you're right. I understand.
Even though today was the induction ceremony, the air to the family was cold from the morning, to the point that you can just tell by looking at him that Thomas was upset. But Thomas was put together and had a very mature, logical mindset. So that's why he won't go against his father in this situation either. Which means that Thomas is actually one layer better than Michael. But you know what? I can't stay quiet, because this is about Thomas. Hey, wait! Michael, you know that there is a way to say things. You shouldn't say it in a way that's going to corner Thomas. Thomas studied really hard, and he was able to get accepted into Paul Academy. Just because you're his father, you say way too much about the path he's taking. Anyway, his life is only just beginning, so we should prioritize Thomas's feelings and root for him.
As I was saying, was that just because he got into Paul Academy, he better not get carried away. I was just warning him. If he's going to go after a major company to become a salaryman and get a steady income like me, You better make sure you study hard in high school and in college. Yes, sir. I'll do my best. As long as you understand. Anyway, I have to go into a business trip again, starting from today. Paige, I'm going to leave the rest of the family stuff to you. What? Business trip? But you just got back from a business trip last week, and you have another one from today? Does that mean you're not attending the induction ceremony? Yeah, that's right. But do you have some kind of problem with that? There's no need for a father to participate in just a stupid high school induction ceremony.
Well, I just didn't know anything. If you had told me in advance, then I could have prepared as well. And plus, an induction ceremony for school is a really huge event for parents and child.
Prepare? Yeah, that's not anything that you need to worry about. And plus, I'm not interested in the induction ceremony for Paul Academy anyway. Well then, I'm gonna go.
What? Hey, Michael, wait a minute. And he said that. Michael grabbed a large suitcase and headed out the door. It's true that he does seem busy with work these days. That's what I thought. But I was worried that he had this many business trips as well and that it must be hard for him. However, Thomas then said this under his breath.
Don't you think it's a little bit strange that Dad's company has this many business trips?
What?
If it's a major company, don't you think that they would be a little more mindful about their employees' well-being and stuff like that? He just got back last week, and he's going on another one today.
Yeah, that's true.
I wonder if the other employees are also going on business trips every week like that. Because if employees are going on so many business trips, then that must be quite the expense for the company too.
Yeah, that's true.
Plus, if he's going on business trips, then it should be reflected accordingly in his salary as well.
Oh, that's also true. Whenever he says it like that, now I'm starting to feel uneasy. You're right. It's true that your dad has had a lot of business trips lately, but he's working hard for the sake of our family, so...
If he's working so hard for the sake of his family, I don't think that the company would dump so many business trips on one person. He's brushing off family occasions, and I don't think that the company would put in so many business trips to cause the family trouble.
Now that you mention it, how do I say this? A lot of it does feel strange. After that, the induction ceremony finished and we went back home. As soon as I got home, I checked the family bank book. But then, just as Thomas had said, it was true that my husband was often away on business trips and not home. And even when I looked back through the photo albums, school field days, and other important school events, I realized in most of those photos, I was in them alone. Wait a minute. I had a really bad suspicion cross my mind. And I was the type of person that, if something was bothering me, I needed to clear it up all the way. So the next day, I decided to go see Kevin at his agency, who was my little brother and also a detective. I'm sorry, Kevin, there's something I wanted to discuss with you.
Hey sis, how have you been? It's been a while, but did something happen? It's pretty rare that you would come to me for something.
Yeah, actually, well, this is about my husband.
About Michael? Did something happen?
Yeah. Over the last few years, he would be away on business trips for more than half of the month, and he's barely been home.
Interesting. Business trips for more than half of a month? That is a little bit suspicious.
How do I say this? I was just a little bit concerned. And I was thinking, I want you to look into it for me. Just the other day, even though it was Thomas's high school induction ceremony, suddenly on the day of, he said that he was going on a business trip from that day, and then he left. But he didn't tell me anything about where he was going.
Well then, why don't I do some research? I'm here, so everything's gonna be fine now. Leave it to me. Oh yeah!
Kevin is actually pretty reliable. And plus, he has a lot of unique friends as well. Anyway, I could only hope that there was actually nothing going on. From there, 1 week later, Michael finally came back from his business trip, and the first words out of his mouth were this.
I'm home! I'm exhausted.
Oh, Michael, welcome home. Dinner is ready so you can eat.
Don't need it. I already ate.
Oh, really? Okay. Well then, the bath is...
No, I'm fine. I also already took a bath today.
Huh?
No, you see, on the way home with my colleague, we went to the sauna, so I'm fine. that's all.
This guy is so shameless. It's almost the same thing as saying that he's guilty. However, Michael then continued to say something even more outrageous.
Oh hey, listen, even though I just came home, I know this sounds crazy to say, but I have another business trip this week.
Excuse me?
No, but really, it's hard to be a guy that's good at his job. So many business trips, it sucks, you know. When I go out on business trips, they really like me over there too. But like, they're leaving way too much responsibility to me.
As he was grinning, he was lying as if he was actually going on a business trip, even though it was so obvious. This guy seriously gets on my nerves. But you know what? I hadn't gotten the results of the investigation I asked Kevin, and if I cause a commotion now, it's going to give me a disadvantage later on. So I decided to stay calm and logical. Oh really? Another business trip? Well, I guess there's nothing we can do, because it is work after all.
Well, it's nothing to me, because you know, I'm good at my job, and I'm a genius.
Interesting.
More importantly, Thomas, hey, how's your studying going? If you want to become an elite employee like me, like I told you before, you better study hard, and you better aim for the top grades. Yeah, of course.
It seems that Thomas has also realized already. But of course he has. When Michael is telling such obvious lies like this, Thomas and I made eye contact, and we let out a sigh at the same time. Well, it seems like Michael himself hasn't noticed that at all, though. The next day, I received a phone call from Kevin, and he said he wanted to tell me the results of the investigation, and that he wanted me to come to his agency.
Wow, I was shocked. Your husband, just as I expected, is cheating on you.
I knew it.
And not only that, but he's been seeing the other woman for over 5 years.
What? 5 years? No way.
But he wasn't very careful, so I was able to get the results really quickly. Every single time he was going out saying it was a business trip, he wasn't going on any business trip. He was going to work every day from his girlfriend's house that's near the office.
What? No way, I can't believe this. When I heard these shocking results, I didn't even notice the tears that were streaming down my face. I hope there's nothing going on with Michael. I can't believe I had naive hope like that, and I wish I could slap the version of me that thought so. You know what? Even though I may have shed some tears, my heart was already set. That's right. I'm not going to forgive that guy or that mistress no matter what. You better watch me. I'm gonna let you know what happens when you get on the wrong side of Paige. The next time that guy says he's going to go on a business trip, I'm putting the plan into action. From there, I couldn't wait to hear the words business trip jump out of Michael's mouth, and every day I was excited. And then finally, that day came.
Hey, starting from tomorrow, I'm gonna go on another business trip for a week.
Huh? What did you just say?
Like I said, I'm going on a business trip.
There it is. I've been waiting for this. Sure, got it. Be careful. Oh, wait. By the way, where is your business trip that you're going on from today?
What? Oh, it's up north. Maybe I'll be able to eat some delicious northern food on the business trip.
You're going up north, huh? That's nice.
Yeah, but I guess I had no choice, because this is work. Just work.
Interesting. Work. Right. Well, you must be so busy.
Hey, you. What is with you?
Michael was starting to panic at my responses, and that's why I said it to him. Go and enjoy it as much as you want. Your last affair.
What? Wait, what? How?
Because it's a woman's house, right? You know what? You think that I don't know anything, don't you? But I actually know everything. And by the way, the person who noticed first was actually Thomas.
You must be really busy, huh, Dad? Even though you have such an amazing person like Mom here, you opened the door to hell yourself, and then left the door open and climbed down those steps yourself. How do I say this? You're that thing.
Michael was turning blue at the unexpected turn of events. Up until now, at home, he was boasting that he was an elite salaryman with a high education, but even his son was calling him that thing. Thomas is so kind. That's my son that I'm proud of. Here, instead of saying the worst or useless, unworthy of being a father, he just left it out saying that thing. No, oh wait, maybe that thing is actually the harshest one. Well, whatever. Oh, that's right. I already told your mistress that I'm going to be collecting a full settlement fee from her as well. And then she said that she'll give a guy like you back to me, please, to spare her.
No way!
Well, no matter what she says, I don't need you at this point, and I'm not going to forgive that woman either, so...
I also totally agree with Mom getting a divorce. Dad, you know, ever since I was a little kid, I was always saying that I wanted to be a lawyer, right? And that's because I wanted to protect people like my mom. Women who have to get hurt like this.
Thomas?
Mom, I truly am grateful that you became my mom. I'm so grateful.
Thank you, Thomas.
And you know what? Guys like my dad are the ones I can't stand the most. A guy like him is a waste for someone like you, Mom. From now on, I'm gonna protect you, Mom. So Dad, you can go on your own and go be happy with that worthless woman. I'm sure that woman's a better match for someone like you anyway.
You got told. So anyway, Michael, you better be ready. Michael gave out on his knees, and he crumbled in tears on the spot. Well, even if he cries and apologizes to me now, I'm not going to want to forgive Michael at all. After that, we got a divorce, and Thomas and I decided to rent a house closer to his school and move there. As for the settlement fee and the child support fees for Michael, thanks to the brilliant lawyer that Kevin introduced me to, I got it all paid in one payment, and I was also able to collect the full settlement fee from the mistress as well. Both Michael and the mistress were both stuck with a massive debt now, and they have to work multiple part-time jobs. And because that's what happened, their relationship already fell apart. Especially Michael. His company found out about the incident and he was fired. After bragging so much about his high education, this guy was stuck having to work multiple part-time jobs in convenience stores and in construction sites, and he's working at the lowest of the chain while in, it makes me laugh. Take that. As for me, until Thomas becomes independent, I plan on supporting him every step of the way.
Mom, thank you so much for everything. How do I say this? I know it might be weird to say this, even though we're not biologically related, but you've always been thinking about me first.
What are you saying? I was only able to work so hard because of you, Thomas. It might be true that we're not related by blood, but that doesn't matter at all. You are my son, and I am your mother. I believe that you are my true son.
Mom, thank you.
And Thomas, you're going to continue to be busy with studying from now on, so I also need to do my best.
Yeah, let's do our best together. Oh, that reminds me. Can I ask you something?
What?
Mom, is there like anything that you want now?
What? Why?
Nothing, huh? Like next month, May, is there anything that like maybe you were thinking about buying or anything?
Oh, May. Right. I realized that Thomas was probably trying to buy a present for me for Mother's Day next month. It was so obvious. My goodness. He really is a sweet kid. Let's see. Oh, I know. Yeah, actually, there was something.
What? Really? What is it? What do you want? Oh, but if it's like too expensive,
That reminds me, my apron ripped the other day. It's the same one I've been using ever since you were a little kid. Maybe I should buy a new one. That's what I've been thinking lately.
An apron? Okay, yeah, an apron should be fine.
What do you mean, fine?
Nothing. Don't worry. Hey, Mom, can you use your old apron for a little bit longer?
What? Yeah, sure, if you say so. That's what I'll do.
I'm sure it's not easy to use, but if you can just get by with that one for a little bit longer, it's a little longer, so that's why. You can't buy a new one, no matter what, okay?
Okay.
Alright, that's done. Well then, on my way home from school tomorrow.
What? Did you say something?
Nothing, I didn't say anything. Let's see, what should I do? Hey, Mom, I'm gonna be home a little bit late from school tomorrow, you know, student council stuff. Apparently, we have a meeting or something like that, so even if I'm a little bit late, don't worry about me, okay?
Yes, I got it. I'm so happy.
Thank you for watching! What kind of crazy people will we get to see next?